What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out XRP, the king of the alts, some say. So if you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe for more. Leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. So we've been tracking XRP, we've been tracking this, 1-2 setup. Pardon me. This 1-2 setup. We did have, this type of invalidation with this downtrend, right? So technically where this could be your 1-2, right? Technically that could be your 1-2 just because of your wave 4 termination coming down below the wave 1 possible wave 1 termination point. At least on the daily, that's what it looks like. We reference multiple time frames. Elliott wave needs to, align with multiple time frames. If this is showing an invalidation, it doesn't really matter if the 1 hour is showing invalidation. When a larger time frame is showing something different, got to respect that. But without further ado, it is, right, if this is still a 1-2, if that's a 1-2, if this is just a 1-2, 1-2, that's fine. That's totally fine. All right, you got this clean, it's almost like a 5-leg pullback. You got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clean. Bouncing right below the January open. Right below that January open bouncing. Even if you could consider, this being a 1-2, this a 1-2, and then you go, right? This is still valid. The area now that you're finding support at, this 188 level, $1.88 level, still relevant, Looking to defeats. So the way the channel works, the way the channel operates, it's a disciplined approach. It's a foundational approach. I do this with all the videos, all of my assets, crypto, precious metals, traditional stocks. Speaking about precious metals, it hit my target. I am almost fully out of silver. Right? Just a side note, we talked about that 115 to 116 a while back ago on one of my XLM videos. Pardon me. I didn't get the 117 top, whatever. I don't really care. But 115 was my target. I started taking profits, smaller profits earlier, but reallocated. Not XLM. What am I doing with XLM? So that's the way the channel works. That's the way the channel operates. Right? That's the way that. Oh my gosh. That's the way the channel works. That's the way the channel operates. In terms of whether or not we have a invalidation, definitely need to close down below, 183. Yeah, definitely need to close down below 183. The idea that, we have something building, something set up as we go into FOMC, as the government shuts down, it's kind of worrisome. Just as a macro idea that, when government shuts down, people get nervous. The Fed starts to get nervous. They're not putting as much money back into the market, which they have been doing. Right? They said they would do it. They've been doing that. So we'll see about that. Right? We'll see about that. Maybe that causes the last leg down, because there's been two ideas where, at least for Bitcoin has the clear structure for that fifth and final wave down. But if we really did want to see something like, you have like your, is this through it? Yeah. So you have, we've been talking about XRP for a while, right? You have this, you have this impulse up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have this A, B, and you have this C, right? You have the C, but oh, no, don't want to do that. Within the C wave, make sure I get rid of all that. Within the C wave, I got to get rid of this too. It does look like you have 5 waves down. It does. It looks like you have 5 waves down that you completed, because you got to have, you got to have your 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, which is still fine. And then you got a 5th, okay. So overall, that decides whether or not we're gonna move down or sideways. So you have a 1, 2. Then you gotta have your 3 wave. Then you gotta have your 3rd wave, okay. So you have like your 1, 2, A, B, C for your 3rd. Come down in your 4th, get your 5th. That's your 3rd. Okay, you have this 4th wave move, okay. And then now you're starting another, unless this is the 4th wave. That's your fourth wave. And then you have a 1, 2. Okay. You have a 3. You're going to come up for a fourth, and then you come down for a fifth. Okay. So you'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're in your fifth wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your fifth wave isn't as impulsive, obviously, as your third wave. But that would be the idea. That'd be the idea that you have some kind of structure to the downside. But so that's the idea for structure to the downside. We did have a higher high. Okay, we did have a higher high, and we are building some higher lows. Okay, building some higher lows. Are they real higher lows? Not really. They're not really higher lows. I mean, they are technically higher lows, but it's not something where you're actually climbing and you're defeating levels. Once we defeat 257, then I can safely say that the low is in. This 257 is actually bigger than most people think, right? Because then you're doing something like this where you're cupping in, and going. All right, even if you partially reject, so you cup, come up, partial. Now you're coming up and cupping into resistance, and you kind of flag out and then go. That'd still be ideal, because now you're above all your EMAs, especially on the daily. You're above all your EMAs on the daily. Then you can use those as support. Okay. In terms of price, where price can go, I do have this on the weekly chart. Price as far as all the way up to 954, so 547 to 954. I don't like to just jump into price action just because, or price predictions, just because the idea of, trying to gain an audience, trying to gain likes, trying to gain views because of, $20 price target, $30 price target. I just don't think it's true. I don't think it's right. And that's not how I work in my channel. Like I said, even on the weekly. So we're above the January open. So this is the next target if we fall down. And that's 216. It's not even 257 yet. It's not 257 yet. We have to defeat 216 first. We tried, especially when we go back to the daily. We tried right here. We couldn't hold it. Right there. We tried right here. We couldn't hold it. Okay, so 257, 216, these are big levels. Tried to do it up here. Couldn't do it. Okay, so that's the way the channel works. That's the way the channel operates. Right now, you're in a 1-2 setup. You could be, like I said, you could be in that fourth wave. You could be in that fifth wave to the downside. Once we close down below, 183. Once we close down below here, then yeah, we're looking like we're in a fifth, and we're going to target this 152 area. So that's what I got for the price target. I've seen people comment, 50 cents coming in, 30 cents. You guys wish. The people who are commenting that low missed out. All right, they missed out on the opportunity down through here. They missed out down here. So they want the price to come back down here. All right, because they want to be involved in this. It's too late, guys. It already happened. You can't force price action. Like, I'm not going to say XRP is going to $20 because it's not even in the realm of possibilities. 152 is a very high possibility, especially once you lose this 183 area. Once you lose this, pretty high possibility that we're targeting down through here. We're finishing up that fifth wave. Then you can start your fifth wave. Okay, because you have 3 up. Okay, you have 3 up, and this has just been a long, grueling fourth wave. That's why this fourth wave through here kind of could make sense, right? It could make sense. Right, you got this fourth wave move, right? Long fourth wave move, and then now you're coming down for a fifth. Like I said, close above 257. We don't have to worry about coming down to 152. Don't have to worry about that at all. In terms of indicators, right? Indicators on what we're doing. You got a green dot on the daily. Does it mean a whole lot? Not so much. Not so much. You're still below the moving average. Yes, you're above this sell side wall once again. You're above the sell side wall once again. Haven't back tested, which is very nice. Losing bearish momentum, and kind of neutrally postured. Pretty unsure. I just with the upcoming news, I don't expect some crazy movement within the next couple of days. Maybe, you know, I just want to see how this government shutdown works out, and if it's prolonged, if it's dragged out for a month or two. Obviously, not just crypto. Everything's gonna suffer once again. So the government needs to figure itself out. Stop playing hardball with each other. Figure it out. Get a deal done. Get something done. So you did get momentum on the 4-hour on the Fu Manchu. You did get momentum, which is good. Which is good. What you like to see. You like to see a little bit of green start to build up. But like I said, get above a zero. There's been a bunch of assets where, yeah, you have green, but you're still right at the zero. A nice reversal point for bears, right? Nice point just to enter short. Send that thing right back down. Every time it comes up to the zero, send it back down. And it's worked. It's worked for a long time. It's worked for a very long time, right? We see this over and over again. Come up. It got a little blip, right back down. Come up, right back down. Come up, right back down. This is that one little area in January, pardon me, where you had some sustained bullish behavior, but for the most part, it's been pretty bearish overall, and I don't need to. That's pretty obvious for most people. In terms of the way that this looks, I mean, yes, you're above your 20 EMA. I do like the impulse. I like the impulse and sideways. I like that. I don't like the continuous grind up, grind up, grind up, grind up. That's when you get slammed down, just like this. That's when you get slammed down like this. I mean, I guess it did it right here. I had one little and went. But you took breathing steps. When you have just continuous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in a row, a little bit sketchy. A little bit sketchy. So we had 5 candles here. A little 3-wave move down. 3-wave move up, maybe another 3-wave move back down, and then you go. Little ABC. That's how things start. That's how things start. Things start like that. That's how things start. Big moves. That's how big moves start. You have like a little ABC at the very bottom. Something like this. Come up. Then you come up in 3, come down in 3. And look at that. You're kind of now you're going sideways, and you've built a base. So you impulse, down in 3, go up in 3, down in 3, and then you're kind of just going sideways above an area that we need to defeat. Above an area we need to defeat. So it did the same thing with 216 back through here. Did the same exact thing with 216. Will it play out once again? Possibly. I mean, the same kind of thing happened through here. It wasn't sustained. It was not sustained. It was not. So you had this 3 up, 3 down, and then you had your move, okay? And then you had your move. Around that 216 level, it has been, I mean, even just looking back at that right there, it has been pretty prevalent. So I would like to see us get back above 216 once again. Like I've been saying, you got 2 hours and 38 minutes. I think the Fed meeting is going to release 2 p.m. Eastern. So what that's, just depending on where you were, 2 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, so I don't, overall right now, what we got right here, I mean, if this is some type of 1-2, I don't, we're playing around, we're having some fun. I don't know if this is the low. I don't know. At 2618, it's right at the 221, so maybe have like a 1, 2, A, B, C, 3, come down for a 4th, and then go up for a 5th, and then you use 216 as a support. Something like this. Boom, boom, A, B, C, come down, get up. That'd be ideal. That'd be nice. That'd be nice if this is the low, right? If this is the low, I don't know if it is. We're playing around. We're having fun. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my ideas, right? When you're in such a long downtrend, when you're kind of just going sideways and nothing's really going on, it's not going up, it's not going down. You tend to just look for things and see if they play out or not. So if this does play out, we're looking for a close above 197 to 199. This is the big area. So we're not even at a, honestly, I mean, yeah, the 0.5 you rejected, but you're not even really at an area where you'd see a harsh rejection. 0.5, not really. Not really a harsh rejection. I mean, you got one, but that's not what you'd expect. You'd expect at least something, at least, this 0.5 taking some steam out of your sales, and then you get that harsh rejection. So kind of hard to track right now. Let me leave that. I'm going to leave this. And can I leave this on the 4 hour? Let's see if I can do that. I can. Let's go. I've never tried it. I don't know why I've never tried it. Cool. Cool. So there we go. So that's what I got for XRP. We got some lower levels. Just 188. Really need to hold. But 183 is pretty much that area we really need to hold, especially on the daily. Really need to hold that on the daily. We start closing down below this. All right, then we're chopping. Then we're just waiting to go to that 152. Is it the end of the world? No. Is it going to delay a lot of things? Yes, it'll delay a lot of things. We were talking about a January reversal. We did get a January reversal. We were talking about a December bottoming, January start to reverse, move and start moving up in February, possibly March, depending on, how things went. If anything got delayed. More so, though, small caps and alts, small cap alts, memes, things like that in March, maybe towards the end of March. But so far so good. So far so good. We've been talking about it. You can go check out my videos. We've been talking about January coming up, December bottoming, January moving up. That only holds, right? The time frame slots, the time frame predictions, pretty tough, pretty brutal. They only hold if this will only hold if 183 holds. We start losing this, we're in trouble. We're going to come down through here, I believe, in my opinion. And that's not financial advice. It's just my ideas. As always, I do thank you for your time. I thank you for stopping by. If you're interested in the free Discord, it'll be linked in the description and pinned in a comment. We got community chart shares, general chats, ideas get passed around, bullish, bearish, neutral. All are welcome. Also have a Patreon membership. All the details are through there. If you're interested, either way, I'd love to have you. As always, thank you for stopping by. Take it easy. Peace.